Busting the world's oldest conspiracy by revealing the first writer's formats in the Bible. Have you ever wondered who is editing the Bible? These are some of the words written by the 1611 King James translators that are wrote in its preface. They state 4 reasons how anyone can re-edit the text in the Bible. Their third reason is by the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next arrow down points to them writing, a great clerk, Gregory, is the divine, spelt with a capital D. At the bottom, they will tell you by studying the Bible, your reward is to have a participation in a heavenly nature. Whereas the Bible's words should be telling you how to be obedient to our Creator to enter into heaven. Now you know by their own words, they are not the good guys editing the Bible. Here, let me show you the 12 commandments that are listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Surprising, isn't it? Now let me show you how I changed one word in Exodus chapter 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and now you know that these planks make the hip roof for the tent for meeting for Yv. Why did I just use 2 letters for our Creator's name? Well, Hebrews did not have the letters J, O, or W in their language. Therefore, I am closer when I say the letters YV in English than anyone else. It is better to learn how to pronounce these 2 letters in Hebrew. Our Creator made me see Him 8 times, and these videos are my recording of how and why I am re-editing their text. Then all these books that I am editing will be made into one book in order. In my YouTube description, it has our Creator's hidden formats in a PDF of the same text. In fact, it is a message to everyone today and in the future. I have also made many different styles from these hidden formats for copyright reasons. Well, I'll get started here again today. This looks like I'm going to be able to finish up Isaiah today. So I want to go over, for those that don't know what I'm doing here, real quick, and that is finding the first writer's formats. When I say that, I need to show you what I'm talking about, right? Okay, I'm connecting 2 major words with the least amount of small words to make these verses. Okay, and then what happens is that in a 4-verse format, there's a comma and then there's a period, and they go together to make a sentence, and that repeats here as well. Now, what happens is that this does make a small paragraph or a subject, and then there's a second like subject that actually becomes like a larger paragraph. And so what you'll see, what I do is I divide them up a little bit more, give them more of a space to group these 2 together. Now this is a 3-verse format. In a 3-verse format, this is a statement. And these 2 connect together to make a large sentence, but they're defining the statement. Okay? So now that then it repeats, and they too become like a larger paragraph. Now the text just happens to fall that way as I'm looking for the truth, or looking for these formats. If there's any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm live right now. So right now it's, if somebody comments, I will, puts a text in there, I will get to it as soon as possible. This is talking, this sounds like it's coming from our Creator. Words coming from my Creator, or our Creator. So I try to honor and respect our Creator by keeping them all capital letters. Now, He's not permitting Himself. He is allowing Himself. So what I'm doing is I'm getting a better word than this word here that they used, and I'm adding this word. Now I have a Bible concordance. This is the 1977 NSAB text on this side, and that's what I'm using. But when I click on it, I can see over here that Strong did not feel that this was an important word to be said. So what I have down here is I have another word, permit, and again, it's not there. Now, knowing this, I have to say that let's see what the text is actually saying before they put all these words in here. So let me see here. Strong thought it was sought, ask, found, seek, said, here I am, to the nation calls on my name. Okay, so if I come down here a little bit here, I can see that here is that text that said, called on my name, that, and this creator's going to say, who calls on his name, okay? Who calls out. This would be to seek from our creator. Either you're going to talk to him, which is known as a prayer, and the way you pray is whether your hands are spread wide out, such as the way Solomon would call upon our Lord, or you could be kneeling and bowing, but that is what's pray. Pray is how you said your prayer, talk to our creator. But if you're asking our creator something, that is a petition. So you need to know the difference correctly, how our creator defined what words meant in the Hebrew text. Who calls out my name, and this will be a period. It has to be, he created the nation Israel. So I need to make sure that it is my nation. The word which was not there. So my nation did not call out to my name. To a nation which did not. I added that as call out my name. Bound and seek were those words. Sought was the other one. So let me put some of these in here. So you can see they really added the text here. Because myself and permitted would have been such important words. I can see these other words not being, could be skipped over. But when he says, here I am, I want to just make sure I got this right. Yes, he said as well. Well, what I'm going to do, because this is the first time I'm ever doing this, because of the importance of showing you how many words were added. Who did not ask me or did not call out to me. But here, if I do this, here, and say I'm adding this word, which they should have, but you don't know if this word was added in the 1611 preface or if it was added at some other time coming forward in time from the 1611. I allow myself well, I'm really liking this up here now. This one here. I allow myself to be sought by those. And I like this because it has the word seek and the word ask is not there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this text. And I know this, leave that out. We already got this, even though they had the word found. I allow myself to be sought by those who did not the word is seek. So let's go over here. Click on the word seek, and down here I'm looking for another word that would be better said than seek. And what I try to do is I look for the most times. See how it's 94 times here and 38 here. And this word is a better word. And why I'm saying that is a better word than seek. Seek kind of gives you that word like look, or sought becomes more of a word that says that they didn't know how to call out to our Creator because they didn't know who He was. So they sought would be a better word. And actually, I can replace it with no complaints there. But I've got the word sought here, so to be sought by those. Boy, it's trying to say it's like the opposite of well, I guess I'm going to have to leave it with speak. But this, who did not seek me, who have not. And I do this to add a text, just for reference, for history's sake. And that's what I'm doing, is recording these for history. So when I end up with the text, and then as you can see in the description below, I've got comments, or in the description, I have some of the books that I've already put together, like Daniel and all the way to the end, before Jesus's time. So it talks about their returning, who have not. I would say not seek, but call. Let's see, who have not consulted, demand, desire, consulted me, inquired of me, look for me. Oh man, who have not I'm going to use the word look. And why I'm doing that is because here I've got look for, look for, look for. That's 6, 7 times. So I'm thinking that's probably a better word than seek. Who have not looked to me. Okay. Okay, so this is a 3 verse. Now I need another 3 verse here. It's almost like yet I said. Yet I said. Yet I said, here am I. That calls out my name. But this is, I allow myself to be sought by those who have not looked to me. I say, it would have to be for I said, for I have said, that I am. This would be removed. For I said, I am. And I am. Said, am. And here I am. And here I am. to have not I guess I'm going to have to say called on my name. Okay. For I have said I am, and here I am, to have not called on my name. Now, this word here, you're thinking that it's a third word that I'm using. So, yeah, because if I change that, put it in this verse, like to them, I would have to change this word to be having. Then that would be then that would be a word that I'd have to complete this sentence. And it would have to be an important word. So I can't do that. The most important words here is called, a name. So just like the word not isn't important this time, it's just the style of the writer, how he's writing. Okay. Okay, spread out my hand and its arms. Okay. Now I have spread out my hands all day long to a rebellious people. I have not spread out, I have reached out. I have reached out. Reached out my hand to rebellious people. Rebellious means they're not doing what our Creator commanded them to do, which is follow the 12 commandments, but they haven't gone completely away from our Creator. Kind of like the wishy-washy Christians today say, I'm a Christian, but don't actually do any of his commands. So I have reached out with my hand. I have reached out my hand to rebellious people. That a verse I like. I'm trying to. Which is not good. That's not anything. Now, does this words actually go with here? By following their own thoughts, people continually provoke me to my faith. Now, these offering sacrifices, these are not rebellious people. These are evil people. These are against our Creator. And I think the intent of what's being said here is to have those that don't know the practice of meditating and having sex with the so-called female goddess, that he's still calling them that haven't went to that practice. Have reached out my hand to rebellious people. In their own way. Forgetting which buttons to push here. Say I added that anyway, so I'll do this. No, that's another 3 verse. But this I could probably use some of the I would have to change this word to say evil people. Because this is telling me they're going to be grouped this way. This is almost going to be like this, that I would have to use this as well. Secret place. This is pretty much got to be changed to meditating at places. Spend the night meditating in place. Eashoo. Well, I'm going to have to add that in meditation places. Night meditation places. Sit among the graves. Spend the night. Meditation places. Okay, this word, this word. I think these are all good here. Now this is possible, but I don't think it's important. More important is words like this. Now, if this two hook together, then this one and this one are going to hook together, and this one. Okay, it's going to work that way. So This is not good. I'm going to say that I'm adding this, getting rid of this is not good. Following their own. Is it thoughts that they're following? Following their own thoughts. This is not good, following their own thoughts. As people do this continually. Do it. Four people do it. Okay, I'm thinking this is better than the word a. And can do it continually. Let's go over here, find this word. Regularly. People do it regularly. I think regularly is a better word than continually. I'm just seeing continually as not. I'm thinking that's a 1611 word, an English word, and not a Hebrew word back then. So regularly, L-Y. I don't like the way I'm spelling that. But so much for my attempt at spelling. I guessed it right. So, okay, now that goes together. Then this. Now this text is gonna, when I clean up all the words, as you can see, that's what I'm doing here with the words that I've already found. And I'm making the second editing on them. There's a lot of things that are going to be changing. Okay, so but okay, it's not to provoke me to reject me to my face. To provoke me to, okay, wait a second. Gotta have a better word for face here. Against me. Or it's before me. Face 263 times. Present. Okay, I'm looking. I'm gotta go back up. I've read so many different words. I forgot the one that I thought against. Let me try against here. be against me. Okay, let me correct this stuff. This is not in gardens, and it's not on bricks. Offering sacrifices to them. This would be their gods or idols. Since to her, which would be the female goddess. Oh, sacrifices. I guess if I get rid of this, okay. Now what is provoke? I guess I should look that up. To anger and be against me. To anger me and to be against. To I guess I got to use the word provoke. I know why I want to use the word provoke now more than I thought I did, but okay, to provoke me and to be against me, they offer sacrifices. Now, offering sacrifices, what does this mean? This is the pagan way of an offering, and that is they kill an animal on the altar for that god, and then they roast it and eat it and have a party. Now, where the sacrifices and offerings are done by those who want to atone for not obeying the 12 sins, which are the 12 commandments that our Creator said to bring a sin offering if you did not obey them. And they would sacrifice the animal, take the hide, and then they would remove the muscles. That was like the action of the sin. And then they'd slice that up thinly so it could burn faster. They'd go in and hang that above the altar on hooks that were on the altar, and then put wood underneath it and burn it. And then when you see the smoke rising, the head of the family that's outside by that their priest station could look up and see that, yes, they've offered it up to mean that the smoke is going to disappear, which means to be forgiven. Their action of their sin is to be forgiven. So now we have, now I've got here this words here that says, well, yeah, okay. I guess that's okay. But now this doesn't seem right at all. Because like I said, when they're doing this partying with their kind of offering, they might do this, And then they're offering a hog or a pig, not swine. But this is unclean meat to our Creator. Our Creator, when He gave the foods to eat, among the fish, it was not anything without scales you weren't supposed to eat. Now the creatures on the earth, they were the ones that didn't eat meats, like the vulture and birds like that, like an eagle or a hawk. But it would be the birds that eat the grass and things like that that they were able to eat. Same thing with the animal. And then the animal had to have a split hoof. But the thing here is that's how our Creator defined what to eat. At this time, these animals were swines are known to be very disease oriented. They can handle a lot of poison in their body, but to us it would kill us. So that's why these were not to be eaten, and they were known as unclean things. It was like our Creator told you not to eat those things. Okay, and meat is in their pots. I don't see that, so that has to be removed. Now, yes, that when they do this meditation, they think they are better than you. Not holier, but better. Say keep to yourself. I'm having a hard time because I can see say and keep. Keep to yourself and do not come near me. This is almost like a 4-verse setup. So I'm going to leave it as a 4-verse. These are smoke in my nostril and fire that burns all day. Now we have our Creator saying that this smoke is in their nostril and fire burns on. No, this is not true. Behold, as written before me, I will not keep silent, but I will repay to their bosom. I don't think our Creator needs anything written before Him, so that's. I was thinking, should I write it as it was written before us? We are not to keep silent, but the rest of it I couldn't put together, so both there. Just a second, I gotta take. Testing, okay. Um, both own, both their own iniquities of their fathers together say, why? Because They have burnt incense on the mountains and scorned me on the hills. Therefore I'll measure. No, this is out. We've already got similar like words above that he's already condemned them. And he's all of a sudden, our creator's worried about this new wine. It's found, we don't, he's never worried about that. If they're obedient to him, he does make sure they have food, but specifically new wine. Okay, must be a code word for them. On behalf of my servants, do not destroy them, because there's new clusters of grapes for wine. I will bring forth the offspring of Jacob and the inherit of my mountains from Judah. My chosen ones will inherit, and my servants will live there. Not really. They're already living on the land. Okay. Sharon will be a pasture land. This is wrong. I don't care where Sharon is at, but what does this have to do with resting place for herders for my people who seek me? They're given the land to be obedient to our Creator. They are a nation already. It's about them leaving that they fall away. That our Creator said that because of the 12 commandments, they didn't follow them. The agreement was, you can keep the land if you are you going to stay on your land, and your descendants will always have the land, and I'll be Lord over them. And then the agreement was, if they didn't, then he would cast them out, or cast out the whole nation. Mixed wine for destiny. No. All of you be killed and slaughtered, not bowed down to the slaughter. Well, because you did not answer when our Creator spake to you. This is not here either. This is not here. I just explained the title Lord over for the obedient people. No, this is your name, not his name. Okay, I don't think there's enough to connect this. Well, I'm going to leave it there for a minute. And the Lord, why they will slay you, but my servants will be called by another name. This is out as well. Because he is blessed in the earth and blessed by the God of truth. There is a God of truth here. The God of truth. By the God of truth. But we know that there's something wrong with being said here. So not good enough. He's not going to create a new heavens and a new earth. Has he? He hasn't. Former things will not be remembered or come to mind. Behold, my servants will shout for joy and with a glad heart, for the former things will not be remembered or come to mind. No, that's not true. That's okay. So, got to get rid of this. I didn't keep any of that. This is, they're talking about how long they'll live under their practice. No, this is not true. No, our Creator hears at all times. So, now I think these are some people's favorite words, but nope. Okay, now let me clean up this text. I allow myself to be sought by those who have not looked to me, for I have said I am. I have said, and this is what I do to say that I move the words. Oops, it's got to be all of them. Here I am to who have not called on my name. I have reached out my hand to evil people. I got to put evil here, so if it's cleaned up, it's got to be evil. And then save this. Need to go here. Put evil here. I said it when I was doing this, and I forgot to do it. Okay, now save that. Reached out my hand to evil people who walk in their own way. This is not good, following their own thoughts, for people do not do it regularly. To provoke me and to be against me, they offer sacrifices and burn incense to her who's Incense to her who sit among graves and spend the night in meditation places. And then I've got one word, one group here. So this would be part 1. Be part 2. And then 66, the last chapter. And that's the text when it looks like what I got here, which is pretty good. I mean, we've got words here from our creator. And like I said at the beginning of the video here, that the text actually comes out this way. I don't really, I try to correct it the best I know. And then when you read it, how it really does complete, we have a complete subject here. Now, whether I'm going to be able to add it to text that's already there, I think so, because the way it starts out here, it's got to connect to something else. So okay, this would have to be, this was said or prophesied by YV. Heaven is my throne and earth my footstool. Not really. This is untruthful words. So when there is a house you could build for me, and where then is a house you could build for me? A creator doesn't need rest, so we know that's over salted. For my hand made all these, thus okay, that's kind of trying to go with the text above. But this, to this one, I'll look to him who is humble and contrite of spirit, who trembles at my word, who kills an ox and slays a man, who sacrifices a lamb and one who breaks a dog's neck. Okay. Who offers grain offering, there's no such thing. Who offers swine blood, nobody would do that. Who burns incense are the bad guys. One who blesses an idol, you can't. Only the word bless is tied to our creator, to us. He bless us. You can't bless each other. You can't do anything like that. This is directly from our creator to us. So don't need those words. So I'll choose their punishment and bring on them what they dread, because I called and no one answered, spoke but they did not listen. They did evil in my sight. Chose what I did not like. It's not about his being delighted here, but hey, how you doing, Mr. Diggs? Real good. I see you're back for some more fun of me tearing this Bible apart, but haven't seen you for a while either. I can't recall in the last couple of weeks, so enjoy you stopping by though. So I'm streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, so, and it's always the guys from Twitch that chime in. So that's always good. I'm not as lonely anymore. So I will choose their punishment and bring them what they dread. This is not, when our creator says that he's going to send them away in captivity and kill them and kill off mankind, and those that are left are not as evil as the rest, and they'll be survivors. Their children will be survivors to come back. That's how our Creator defines it. Not in the sight of evil as I chose them, that they did not delight in. He's calling them to repent from evilness. Hear the words from YV, who tremble at his words. Your brothers who hate you, who exclude you. My name. Well, this kind of wants to be a 3-verse format. Who exclude you for my name's sake. Now, this is. This words from him, and then it's hear the words from YV. And if this is a prophet writing these words, these would not be all capital letters. He's telling them, going to start a subject. And this would be to exclude his name. Be glorified. You can't glorify our Creator, so yeah, this I'm not seeing. I've got words from a prophet that are, when you see them, you'll know that those are just not good. A voice of uproar, a voice from the temple. The temple is a pagan place where they put a false idol. This was learned when we had the knowledge of Samuel and Saul, timeline, and before Saul was made king, they would just get together, but there was a war between the Philistines. Let me see. So because I'd like to make sure that you know that the word temple is a place where they put their gods. So let me just put the story together. That Eli's sons took his chest, removed the 12 commandments, then took that in the chest into the battlefield, and the Philistines took it, and then they took it and presented it or placed it in their God's temple, and the idol that they made of him fell down in front of it a couple days in a row. So that's why we know what a temple is, and our Creator never has a temple. It's a house for meeting with him. So that is, using the correct words at all time is very important. The closer you say the truth all the time, the closer you become to our Creator. So this is not really true. Was seen such a thing. Well, only midwives were witnessing something like that. No, this is, she wouldn't have any pain after delivery, so that's kind of being said wrong. Even though I know people would try to figure out what it would mean and give all kinds of excuses for the words, that every word in the Bible is true, and then make something up. Yeah, this is out too. This is out. Putting the female, our creator's putting a female deity in here. Jerusalem is a her, a female deity. Mourn for her. Okay, this is out. This is out. There's nothing here. No, that's out. Then you will see this, your heart will be glad, and your bones will flourish like new grass, oversalted. At the hand of wife, he'll be known to his servants, indignation towards his enemies. No, he's sending them all the way. They're gonna see there a lot of destruction. So his servants are going to be captives. So this is okay. Behold, Wivey will come in a fire, his chariots like a whirlwind. He will render his anger with fury, his rebuke with flames of fire. Now we have a volcano god here speaking his words out of his mouth. This goes to a Psalms that I've got that says smoke will come out of his mouth and fire from his mouth. But those words didn't make it either, by the way. For Wivey will execute by judgment, by fire. Those will be many. Well, that's true, but you can't purify yourself. You can't sanctify yourself. The thing there is you need forgiveness from our Creator. Works and their thoughts, and time is coming to gather nations and tongues. Now see this here, all nations and tongues. That means this would be the word and in tongues, meaning languages, different languages. They thought that if you cut the tongue off, you couldn't speak. So it was the tongue that made the sound. But you got to remember, this is 4,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, how they were thinking. So in tongues, gather all nations in tongues. But they aren't going to see his glory. So that's wrong. But this part is kind of speaking to Jesus here. And this wouldn't be nations, it would be races with tongues. And they aren't coming. So this is they aren't coming. They're going to hear. Because actually the words above in another chapter just lately that I've done is talking about how it's going to spread around the world. So now I have here, this is going to be all destroyed by prophecy above. So this, they have never heard of his fame yet. Tyre is going to be the shipping port, or made from cedars as the main piece of wood down the center of the boat to make their shipping. And actually they were descendants from Shem, so they knew about our Creator or seen my glory. Nobody has seen our Creator's glory. Declare my glory. No, that's just oversalted. And it is speaking to how these people thought at this time, especially those that are editing the text here. And their thoughts are about them being so special that they know how to meditate and have sex with a female goddess to become a god. So, but even here, their knowledge is really how can I say, a weak, not quite reasoned out with logic. So grain offerings were not there. Yeah, they're not coming here. Nope. There's no such thing as a clean vessel anywhere. I'll take some of them priests, we'll assume for priests and for Levites. The priests have to be from Levites, so these guys didn't get the news. They didn't read Exodus, I guess, or Leviticus. So, just new heavens and earth, make endure forever. No, this is not true. Mankind didn't bow down to him. Their worm will not die, and their fire will not be quenched. Okay, that's all. All right, that's going to be the end of the video because I didn't get any text here at all from this one, which means, whoops, that was, which means this is out. And this was the only text that I got today. But the good news is that I get to now show you the next step of all what I found, how I cleaned it up. And boy, did I move some text around. That's going to shock you. But then after that, I'm hoping to have it all divided up that I can now go find pieces and then show you that, yes, there are some text that is from a different timeline. Because I have text of the remnant left after Judah's gone. I've got stories about Judah going to be gone. And then I've got the two kings that I keep talking about, that is Isaiah's time. And I've got another prophet speaking from another area, but all that will be explained in the next video. So make sure you watch that one, and I will see you again. Thanks for stopping by on Twitch. By the way, 7, real good. Thanks for stopping.